and welcome to Inner Circle Guidance. Today we're going to be doing a collective reading, but for those of you who are new to the circle, hello and welcome. If you're looking for personal services or personal readings, don't forget to check out my website, innercircleguidance.com. Let's find out what the circle needs to know today. We have the High Priestess. We have the Tower. We have the World. We have the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Page of Wands on the bottom of the deck. With the Page of Wands being on the bottom of the deck, there are going to be new opportunities that are going to be presenting themselves to you. For some of you, this is going to be some sort of opportunity that you need to take action on in terms of maybe you get a new job offer or you're being offered the opportunity to take on something brand new, such as moving into a new apartment or a new home, buying a new car, starting a new job, something that's actionable. For others of you, I'm seeing that this more has to do with some sort of internal shift that's happening. For those of you who are not receiving a physical offer, this is a new offer that is coming in from the universe in the form of creativity or an idea that is going to project you forward. Now, before you get all like, oh, well, I want to be in the first category, remember that everything starts as an idea. Ideas are a form of abundance. Ideas and creativity are a form of divine guidance. Don't be closed off if it is coming to you in the form of an idea or creativity instead of a physical or material thing or offer, because either way, the outcome is going to be the same, regardless of which category you're falling into. And it's going to be a positive sort of outcome. Now, what you're being prompted to do right now, though, is be very in touch with your intuition. For those of you who are looking to create a stronger connection to the divine, you're really being prompted here to take time for reflection, to make sure that you are being very observant at this time so that you're catching synchronicities, angel numbers, things like that that are communicating with you. Because you are very much being guided at this time. There are a lot of energies around you and a lot of guides that are in the position to help you at this time. And you're receiving very important guidance because there's some major change that's about to happen. Now, with the Tower card and the World card being next to each other, I am seeing that there is some sort of major ending and new beginning happening here. Now, before you freak out, because as I always say, the Tower is one of the scariest cards in the deck. Remember that the Tower isn't always as it's depicted, where it's like lightning strikes and then everything breaks down and then people are jumping ship from the tower because it's on fire. Sometimes it's simply a realization or a breakthrough where you just simply are deciding to take a completely different course, or you're trying to rebuild your life in a very new, clear direction that's just very different from where you're currently at. It doesn't always have to be this like horrible upheaval where everything has to fall apart in order to come together. But it can be uncomfortable because it is a change that I'm seeing that's going to push you a little bit out of your comfort zone. With the High Priestess being on the table, whatever this change is, and some of you may already be in the midst of it or have been in the midst of it for some time. This is a spiritual change that is happening, regardless of the offer that's coming and what type of offer it is. There's a major spiritual awakening and enlightenment that is happening where you are aligning to your highest purpose, your highest timeline, and your soul mission. But because you are aligning to that energy, there is a major shift where anything that was not in alignment with the new journey that you're on in this new era and new chapter is being removed from your life. For those of you who this is a very upheaval, sort of uncomfortable, maybe even painful process, remember that there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Try to look at things from a little bit more of an open perspective. Try to see the positive that can come from the situation. So for example, If you, say, lost a job and you're worried about supporting your family, remember that there's different ways that you can support your family other than just the monetary or the financial side. Take advantage of the changes that are happening at this time. Take full advantage of them because they may not be opportunities that are there long term. So for example, if you lost your job and you're worried about your family, like I had just said, you're worried about the supporting of the financial side. If your spouse or your partner has financial stability, or if you're in the position where you just want to help your family, but your family is like a separate entity of you in the sense that like maybe you are a daughter or a son and you're wanting to support your family and it's more about giving the financial support as a reciprocity for all the help you received throughout your life or whatever, regardless of like what position you're in terms of the support. The point I'm trying to make here is that I'm going off on a diatribe is that you may have more opportunities now, more time for spending time with your family, which is a different kind of support. That's emotional support. It's sometimes even a spiritual support, but that's time that you may have now, but then if you say get a new job, you may not have the same amount of time to dedicate. So within these major changes that are happening, there are major blessings and abundances that are being given to you, but they may not present the way that you're expecting. So be open to receiving the abundance without putting limitations or parameters on it or being so attached to a specific outcome. Because if, let's say, you did lose your job and that's the whole scenario, since I'll just use that as an example again, and you are so hyper fixated on the money part that you don't even spend time with your family when you have more ability to at this time, then you missed out on that abundance and that freedom of time, that freedom to be with family, that ability to show support in a different way. Don't miss out on your abundances just because they're different than you may have expected. Keep in mind that abundance comes in different ways. It's not just material. Abundance comes in the form of time. It comes in the form of leisure time, relaxation, rest or sleep, creativity, ideas. Sometimes it comes as money, but it's not always money. Sometimes it comes as health. It comes as wellness. It comes as clarity or having sort of this peace of mind. Just remember, as you're moving forward, even though you may be losing something or something may be leaving you or you may be releasing something or some things, stay open to what is coming because anything that's being removed at this time is so that you have space for what is coming. Because with the World card, I'm seeing that you're going to be aligning to a much more abundant and happy timeline. This is a much more fulfilling timeline. It's a much more authentic one. Now, there's still a lot of work ahead of you. Don't get me wrong. There's still sort of this beginning newness sort of energy here. So it's not that you're going to just suddenly get everything that you've ever wanted. There's still going to be a bit of effort and contribution you're going to have to make on your part. However, anything that you put your efforts into at this time is going to bear fruit of your labor. But with that in mind, that also means that you need to be careful because your thoughts, your intentions, your feelings, your emotions, the actions you take are all going to be manifesting in a much quicker pace. So try to remain as optimistic and positive as possible. You're going to want to stay as positive as you can because a lot of different pieces are coming into play. Some of you are having to wait for certain things to come, not because you're being punished or you don't deserve it, but because it's taking a little bit longer to put the pieces together, or the universe has something greater in mind that's taking a little bit longer to put together for you. This is also a time where you want to make sure that the contribution you're making in terms of time, energy, thought patterns, actions, goals, habits are in alignment with where you want to be. Keep in mind that if you want something very different from the current timeline that you're on, you're going to want to keep your long-term goals in mind, but you're going to want to look at things from a little bit more of a, what do I need right now or what do I need more immediately to get to that next big step versus trying to manifest everything all at once. Otherwise, this tower moment is going to be more of an upheaval, number one, because you're going to be more in an energy of wanting massive change to happen. The second reason is if you're wanting things to be very different, it may be hard for you to manifest a huge difference in energy and in being and thinking and all of those things if it's so different from where you are now. So for example, if you want to This is just an easy way for me to explain this in the easiest way for you. If you want to be a millionaire, but you're currently only making like $20,000 a year. That's a huge jump from 20,000 to $1 million. So it may be hard for you to embody that energy of a millionaire mindset or the way that they would be, think, or do versus where you're at now. So you may have to start with, say, $100,000 a year instead, or even $50,000 a year, and work your way up versus trying to jump from this point all the way over here. But regardless of how you go about doing it, make sure that it's just in alignment with what works best for you, and make sure that it's just in alignment with what you want long term. Remember that alignment has more to do with making room for the things that you want in your life by releasing that which is not for you. And then with the Six of Swords, I'm seeing that you're going to be moving into calmer waters. There's going to be certain answers and clarity that are going to be coming, because I'm seeing that there's a lot on your mind. There's a lot of these swords that you're kind of taking with you. It's going to take a moment for everything to work itself out, but it is going to work itself out. You just need to remain patient and continue working towards your goals. Continue with the intentions of aligning to your life purpose, and continue listening to your intuition and being open to receiving and listening to the guidance that you're receiving from your guides, from your higher self, in order to make sure that you're staying on the correct course. But it is going to all work itself out. You are going to be moving into calmer waters. You are going to be receiving more abundance, more happiness, more fulfillment, more alignment, more authenticity. It's just going to take a little bit of time to get there. So if this reading resonated with you, don't forget to like this video and comment your affirmation down below. Your affirmation is, I welcome positive change into my life, and I am remaining optimistic and positive about these changes that are happening and or that I'm about to undertake. And as always, may your life be full of light, full of love, abundance, and gratitude. I'll see you next time.